Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They're halfway home, looking good, and a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And this does not end well, as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
Brandon, whatever happened to the old rule that if you don't know that you're definitely going to get it to at least a 20-yard line, you just take a knee in the end zone. Sometimes being too aggressive can actually cost you.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And no, incomplete. Try to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They decline there.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass, yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that.
I'm so confused. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards to pick up there. And with that last reception, we have just witnessed an NFL record. He's gone over 1,964 yards receiving now on the year as he moves past 2012 Calvin Johnson for the most in one season in NFL history. When you think about it, for a league that's been around for over 100 years, that is no small feat. So congratulations to him. Prescott on first down. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%. and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
On third down, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. He finds his man, Pollard. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Pollard. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Pollard again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And a kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
Playing for his Giants career, Jones' best season as a starter didn't come with huge numbers as a passer. He was just the guy his team needed him to be, someone who could threaten the defense throwing it, and especially as a runner.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley, and he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On to punt, Jamie Gillen.
Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers, he brings out this offense. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player, and he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things, and he incorporated that into his route running.
Prescott looks to throw on first. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Prescott now. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Prescott yet again. That's Gallup on the slant. And the Cowboys are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run with Pollard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job. Stop.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Aubrey now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Pollard going to try the right side. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Pollard will take it up the gut. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. It's Barkley on the counter. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion, Slayton. Jones now throwing on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
First down, Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it all the way to the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and it is 28-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. A first down carry for Barkley. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather. The sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware. Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he's up to the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an
Brandon Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
That last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys open the lead up to 34-0. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And Saquon going to have a Giants first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. He'll find Hodgins there complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And they've gone to the locker rooms. 10-0 the score in that one. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. The Lions trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Falcons trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. The Cowboys were treated to a fine first half from number 4, quarterback Dak Prescott. He's over 300 yards passing already, as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Ball at the 23, second and 8. Back to throw. Jones. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. Just his second catch.
But oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Jones on first down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jones to throw on third down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And he fields it cleanly. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. And a 7-yard return. Following a punt of 45 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Brandon Cooks and the Cowboys offense back out there. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Prescott. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Now this throw caught left side. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Michael Gallup taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
The extra point up. And good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now out come the Giants.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And he will have a Giants 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Up the middle with Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Jones off the bootleg. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week, as he's got a 1st down as well.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
That caught by the rookie tight end, Luke Schoonmaker.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
A give to Pollard running left.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third down and 6.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tony Pollard, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are pouring it on.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the 1st, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
From the 25 on second down, Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. 7 yards there and a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Jones now on 1st and 10. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And taken right at the 35. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers, he brings out this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 49 yards. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Jones.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They're going to look to throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll be out of bounds. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now here's Pollard, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Pollard again. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Running right, it's Pollard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Micah Parsons getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
Throwing on second and long. Jones hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down.
Brandon, third and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
They had totally stacked it up, unable to get it on third down.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
No hesitation on the decision to go on fourth and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there, too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Cowboys, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the